you to use the same memory space for different types. Let's make a working copy of union.cpp and paste it in our working project. Open it up here. I'm going to maximize it so that you can see. And you'll notice here that we have a structure, except instead of the structure keyword, it uses the union keyword. And within it, there's a struct. And that struct represents one element, and it has 4 elements inside of it. And then there's also an integer. So the union has 2 members. The struct is one of the members of the union, and the struct itself has 4 members. I'm using these type names out of standard int, and the purpose of this is that I want them to be a specific size because of the way that I'm using this union. What I'm using this union for is I want to pack and unpack IP addresses, and an IP address is 32 bits, and it contains 4 8-bit fields, and each one of those fields is a separate number. And so this makes a convenient way for me to use that IP address either as 4 separate objects or as one object. And those 4 separate objects need to occupy exactly the same space as the one object. So this is actually a really common solution to problems like this. So here I'm declaring a variable of my union. My union is called IPv4. My variable is called adder, and I initialize the bytes field. Now the bytes field is the structure inside the union. So adder.bytes, and I initialize that with the 4 separate components of an IP address. And then I print it out both as the dotted quad notation with the 4 separate fields and as the equivalent integer. So let's go ahead and run this and see how it works. And there we have it. We have the dotted quad version of the IP address 192.168.0.96, and we have the integer. And you'll notice that the integer has the bytes in reverse order, and that's fine. That's actually correct. So unions are often used to conserve space in data structures, reuse space for various purposes that are not needed in the same record. They're also sometimes used for crude polymorphism, as we see here. You need to be careful. Using a union often means that you need to take responsibility for type checking yourself, and because of this, unions are rarely used when C